All right, we are going to continue our media availabilities here today at Richmond Raceway. We are now joined by Alex Bowman, driver of the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet, our pole sitter for tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race here at Richmond Raceway. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions. I'd like to start us off. Start with Bob.
Bob Parker, Fox Sports. I have two. The first is, without the points, you would have started fifth. Now you're on the pole. So what's the difference?
Pit stall selection, I think, is probably the biggest thing. You'd probably still have a pretty good pit stall at fifth, though. So, yeah, not a huge difference, but obviously having clean air and all that at the start is important. Hopefully we'll take advantage of a good pit pick and have a good solid day. This has been a hard place for me to get a hold of in the past, even with a win here. So just try to maximize the day and keep chipping away at it.
And I know it doesn't change, like you've had the performance you've had, but is it any different walking into the garage to the first pit stall rather than to the 16th?
Yeah, it's definitely nice. It's something I haven't done in my career, so it's cool to lead the points with this group. And obviously we're a handful of races in, right? It's a small sample size, but we have had a good start to the season, which feels really good. So just my job now to keep that going.
Good, Nathan.
Nathan Song with a podium finish. Alex, you mentioned the win a couple of years ago. Just kind of what do you remember from that you might be able to apply here tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had some strong runs here, and honestly, like last year in the spring, we had a really strong run. We had a tire issue on one run that probably made our day look worse than it was, but really the day we won, we were just really good on long runs. We struggled a little bit on the short run and had an uncontrolled tire to start stage 3, so had to start in the back and still drove to third before we got that late caution. So yeah, I mean, we've kind of been hit and miss here a bit, but hopefully I can apply some of that long run knowledge that I have, I guess, or what I'm looking for in the race car to try to help us tomorrow. I feel like you're going to see a lot of long runs for the most part, and with no downforce on the thing, it's going to be a lot about taking care of your rear tires.
And, we've seen this be a strategy race in the past, and obviously with kind of that worn out surface, just what do you expect tomorrow?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, long runs, a ton of tire fall off, kind of the same Richmond we've always seen. This is the one place that I don't think the downforce package is really going to change much. I mean, the tire fall off has always been so high since this place has gotten worn out that it's kind of always been what it is. I don't even really feel like the race changed much when we went from the previous gen car to this car. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but yeah, I mean, I think we'll hopefully have a good day tomorrow.
Back with Greg these last couple of weeks, what's that been like?
Yeah, it's been cool. He had a short retirement, right? So glad to have Greg back and glad to have that depth at Hendrick Motorsports to be able to have a guy like that fill in when needed. So I enjoy working with Greg, and it's been good to have him back.
All right, let's come up front to Kelly, and then we'll go back to Mike.
Kelly, CrandallRacer.com. Alex, leading the points, average finish, best in the series, so on and so forth. What's going right for this team? Has it been execution, or has it been learnings from the offseason? Just what is this team doing so well right now?
Yeah, I think execution. We've kind of maximized our bad days. Like, we struggled a little bit at Phoenix, but still ended up in the top 10. Atlanta, the last lap goes a little different, and we finished in the top 10 there too. So I feel like just maximizing our bad days and maximizing each little part and piece and everything throughout the races. So it's a small sample size. Like, it feels good to be leading points and to have the season that we're having so far, but we're 6 races in, right? Like, so much can change. So just trying to continue that each and every week and keep that going.
You mentioned it. This place hasn't been the best for you. What has it been that's been a struggle, or you just haven't been able to wrap your hands around?
Yeah, it's been tough. Like, we've had good days here, and then we've had really bad days. And like, you have a good day here, and I've kind of left like last spring or the race that we won, and I'm like, man, I know exactly what I need. I know the feel that I want to have, and then come back in the fall and be confused and can't find that and can't get the race car to do those same things or feel the same way. So just been a little more hit and miss than we want to be. But I think, we didn't practice, so hard to say, but I think we identified some things that can help me and hopefully went the right direction with the race car, and we'll be strong tomorrow.
So, Alex, a number of the older drivers have lamented this week that there's no more racing with respect anymore, that these young kids, they get taught from a very young age that you just move somebody out of the way, that this new car leans right into that. It's a bad pun, but as one of the older, younger guys, what's your take?
The older, younger guys, yeah.
Younger, older guys, take your pick.
Yeah, they're completely right. Like, there's no way around it. I think that second to last restart at COTA was a good example of that. Like, I did not want to go down there and run into the 99 and the 19. And, the problem is, like, if I follow the 99 in the corner, I get absolutely run over by everybody, right? So then I get left just to try to defend that, and then I still get run over everybody and shoved into the corner. Fortunately it worked out for us, but didn't for those guys. So, if you are the super clean guy and you're not aggressive or anything, you're typically going to be the guy getting used up. The cars are about indestructible at this point. The old car, you'd have tire rubs or you knock the radiator out of it. We hit each other so hard, like all the time. The Coliseum, it felt like you were crashing on it on every restart. So it's kind of crazy how hard we run into each other. And I don't like it. Like, I've always tried to race super clean, and I feel like I've been one of the cleaner, more fair guys at times, almost to a detriment. But so I don't love racing like that. But at some point, it's like, if you're not aggressive, you're gonna just finish bad every week. So it's also my job to maximize finishing position for my race team, and doing the best I can to achieve that, and not be in the drama, which we were in the drama a little bit last week. But it's a pain in the butt.
Any additional questions for Alex? Come back up to Bob.
Bob Hockers, Fox Sports. Following up on that, is there, do you just put the blame on the car, or is it just the style of racing these days? And if so, what's the fix?
Yeah, I don't think you can blame a race car when we have 3 pedals, a steering wheel, and a shifter, and everybody's got the same thing and can avoid that. We don't do it on the initial start of the races. We just do it at the end. So at that point, I don't think you can just blame the car. I think the problem is that gets rewarded. Like, that style of driving absolutely gets rewarded where we are right now. So I don't know what the fix is. Like, I think it's a tough spot. I personally would love to see us do restarts in a different manner at road courses. Whether that's how F1 does it or just something different. Because the turn 1 stuff at COTA and at Indy and possibly at Chicago is a bit much. But I think it's a shared blame between the drivers and the cars, and a situation we're in. Like, right, every driver here is paid to maximize their finish, and everybody sees that being aggressive and doing that stuff is going to help you. So at some point, like, you're just stuck in a corner where you have to, or you're just giving up positions, which if you just give up positions, your team's not going to be happy with you, right? So it's an awkward box that we're all in, and trying to tiptoe around that and be on the right side of things is tough sometimes.
All right, we'll take our final question from Jerry Jordan.
Jerry Jordan, KickingTheTires.net. This three-race short track swing that we've got. Once we get out of here, obviously, Bristol's next week, and then with dirt, and then Martinsville. Your thoughts on going into those 2 races? Any strategies for next week, particularly?
For next week, I don't know. That's obviously a really interesting race, and I'm interested to see how it plays out. I unfortunately looked at the weather today and I'm a little nervous. Hopefully that changes, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit different. It's somewhat fun, depending on how the racetrack is and how the race goes for you. But yeah, I love short track racing. This place and Martinsville are super technical, and this place especially, trying to keep the rear tires on it and just trying to find little bits of grip and trying to be smart when you're racing guys is difficult at times, but technical and fun. So yeah, I like this stretch. It's some good racetracks for us. Hopefully racing the sprint car a little more helps me at Bristol, even though they couldn't be any more different. It's at least I'll have some dirt laps, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Any thoughts on this package and how it will produce at Martinsville as well?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it'll change much here. Hopeful that it changes Martinsville, right? Because last year was not what we all wanted from Martinsville. It's not what we all came to love about that place. So, yeah, hopefully it improves that racing there. Just, getting the tire to fall off, getting the rear tires to wear out, creating forward drive issues to where you can't just downshift and accelerate off the corner and stop in the center of the corner and still beat the guy behind you. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopeful. Obviously, it's a step in the right direction, and I think it's really going to be about the weather and how the rubber lays down and how the tire falls off more than anything.
All right, Alex, thanks for coming in, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.